Hi everyone! If we haven't met before, I'm Jamie DeMarco and I'm a dating and relationship coach and the founder of Find Your Fairy Tale. And in a nutshell, I help women have extraordinary relationships, finally snag their dream men, and just become absolutely irresistible. A little background on myself. So I guess first and foremost, I'm living proof that the fairy tale romance all of us women fantasize about actually does exist. And the happily ever after many girls dream of is actually possible. I'm ridiculously happily married to my very smart and charming and sexy husband, Matt. And we just live an incredible life. I seriously need to pinch myself like all the time. We've traveled all over the world together since we've been married. We got married about a year and a half ago. And I had my dream fairy tale wedding in Riviera Maya, Mexico. We have a beautiful home and we're both working our dream jobs remotely, which is great. And to top it all off, we just honestly can't get enough of each other. The relationship we share is filled with love and laughter and such a deep connection and communication that it kind of just blows my mind daily that it's real. So I basically live my dream come true every day, but it wasn't always this way. Not so long ago, I was single, miserable. I seriously was so frustrated from going on a seemingly endless amount of terrible online dates, sick of dating men who just weren't ready to commit, and constantly texting and crying to my friends about how all men suck and how I felt like I'd just be alone forever. I'm sure some of you can relate. I get it. I get how terrible it feels to see friend after friend get married or have babies or go and get engaged, and you just are sitting there and you're like, what's wrong with me? Like, when is it gonna be my turn? And if that's you right now, girl, I feel you. And what you're going through, it's normal. I will say it's normal, but I will also say that you can have the great relationship that you've dreamt about, and it is possible to finally get your happily ever after. However, the unfortunate truth is that loads of women don't realize they're actually getting in their own way when it comes to finding love, and have no clue that there's actually a few simple steps they can start taking to draw their dream guy and their dream relationship to them pretty quickly. So today, I'm sharing some of my best tips to start making you into the irresistible, confident woman you were meant to be, so that the fairy tale love story you've been dreaming about can become your reality. Ready to dig in? Okay, so let me let you in on the biggest secret, at least in my opinion, to being irresistible. Being irresistible doesn't really have anything to do with, what you're wearing, what you look like, or what you're saying. Being irresistible is actually just a boatload of confidence. I even asked my husband what it was about me that first attracted him, and his response was that my confidence radiated, and that the way that I was clearly very secure and happy with myself, and the fact that, sure, I'd hang out with him, but I in no way needed him, was the most irresistible, one of the most irresistible things about me. He actually even says this in one of my videos. You can check it out on my YouTube channel if you want. But confidence is absolutely that zing factor that makes people irresistible. But the question I get frequently is, okay, well, how do you get more confidence, right? Lucky for you, I'm spilling 3 practical, useful tips, like things you can actually do right now, that will directly and immediately increase your confidence, your self-worth, and ultimately your irresistibility to men. Sound good, right? Oh, and make sure you listen to the very end. There's a very special offer for my new friends like you that will completely take your irresistibility factor to the next level. I know, exciting. Okay, 3 tips for you. Ready? How to become more irresistible. 1, stop the negative self-talk. Stop beating yourself up mentally, I mean. So you may or may not already know this, but you usually get exactly what you ask for. And I don't just mean what you say out loud. You usually get exactly what you're thinking about as well. Your thoughts and words are actually creating your reality as you're thinking them, as you're speaking them. And it's controlling what you're getting from life and getting out of life. And so many women don't realize that they're actually sending terrible, negative thoughts about themselves out into the universe or God or whatever, or into the world as we know it. And if you think or even just complain to your friends that you'll never find a good man, or that you'll be single forever, or that all men suck, well, hate to break it to you, but you probably aren't finding any good men. You're probably still single, and all the men you do meet probably suck, right? And let me make something clear. This is not an example of you being proved right, of those thoughts being proved right. This is actually you thinking or stating to the universe what you want or what you expect to have, and the universe just giving you exactly back what you're thinking and saying. That's all it is. For instance, if you've ever played sports, you know that before a game, you don't repeat over and over how bad you are, that you're definitely gonna lose. Oh, I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose. Like, no, you pump yourself up. You say, I'm gonna win, I got this. Like, my training's gonna pay off. You visualize yourself winning. You see yourself getting the trophy. And then a lot of the time, you typically win, right? You know, and it's like, if you keep saying or even thinking that you'll never find the one, you'll never have a happy relationship, or that you'll never get married, then you won't find the one. You won't have a happy relationship, and you probably won't get married. Sorry, it's just life. Like energy attracts like energy, and what you put out comes back to you. Another example, if you're criticizing yourself, like calling yourself fat or ugly, or saying, I hate my arms, whatever, you're sending that out into the universe, that exact signal out there, and then that's also being sent to other people and to men. And the last thing you want is for men to get the feeling that you hate yourself or that you think you're ugly. No, you want them to think you're beautiful and attractive and pretty. So don't send that signal out there in the first place. You know, because if you want a man to love and accept you for the amazing woman that you truly are inside and out, then you first need to love and accept yourself inside and out. If you want your dream man and a loving relationship, then you first need to believe that your dream man is out there and is on his way to you, and that a loving relationship is possible for you. And trust me, I get it. This negative self-talk is really hard to stop. It's a habit. We've learned it from our friends, our moms, movies, that complaining about men and love and thinking, woe is me, is the normal thing to do. And frankly, it is a normal thing to do, but it's not ever going to get you what you want in love. Simple fact. And yes, the negative self-talk and complaining is hard to stop, but you must make an effort to change what you're telling yourself, either out loud or in your head, if you want your love life to change. Thinking, saying, or complaining about how there's no good men left or all men suck is going 100% against what it is you actually want. So the first thing you need to do is change how you think about yourself, about your future relationship, and about love and men in general. Okay, so how? How do you do that? That's the magic question, right? So here's the practical part of this example. Start telling yourself what you actually do want every day. And I hope you have a pen and paper and you're writing all of this down, because I'm going to throw a lot of tips at you and you'll need to take it all in and process. So tell yourself what you do want every day, all the time, out loud, in your head, whatever, both. It may seem weird what I suggest, or even like a lie at first, and that's okay. All new things take time to become habits. I recommend writing down some of the more reoccurring negative thoughts or phrases that you have about yourself, your body, about men, about relationships. And then write out the complete opposite of that statement. And side note, if you're sitting here like, oh no, I'm good, I don't say things like that, record your thoughts for 48 hours. Just write down every less than pleasant thought that you have and reflect on that after the 48 hours, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. We as women, we've been doing this to ourselves forever. We don't realize it, and you actually have to make a huge effort to make this change. So write out a few phrases that you say that are negative or not conducive to you finding your ideal relationship, and then I want you to flip them. I want you to write the exact opposite of that statement. So for instance, I'll never find a good man becomes, my ideal partner is out there and is on his way to me right now. I can't wait to meet him. Okay? Or all men suck becomes, my ideal partner is out there and is on his way to me as we speak. Or you can say something like, there are lots of loving, caring, and generous men in the world, and one will be my partner. See the concept here? You want to make it a positive. You want to erase that negative thought. You don't want to tell the world that the men suck, because then you're going to keep meeting sucky men. You want to say there's great men, and one of them's going to be your partner, and you're ready to have him come meet you, okay? Or even with your body, like if you catch yourself saying like, oh, I'm so fat, I'm too fat right now, I hate my arms, you have to flip that. So make that, I love myself, and I love my body, I am beautiful, because you are beautiful. I promise. So write out 5 to 10-ish new positive affirmations about yourself, about men, about the relationship you want to have, and then put the list somewhere where you can see it frequently, like on the mirror where you're getting ready in the morning. Then repeat your affirmations to yourself, either in your head or out loud, at least 5 times a day, especially when you catch yourself in a negative thought. And that might seem tedious, but I heard a nice saying that, you know, it takes a lot of work to create a new mindset and to create a new positive thought pattern, but it's also taking you a hell of a lot of work to feel crappy, right? And to have these negative thoughts build up. So give it some effort, give it some time, repeat your new positive affirmations frequently. And I promise the types of things and men and people and situations that you attract will totally start to transform as well. A few more examples you can write down. I am gorgeous. I am loved. I love my life and where I'm headed. My ideal relationship is on its way to me now. I even have hourly reminders on my phone. So at like 9, 3, and 6 or something, I'll have statements about what I want to attract, and like, I am beautiful, I am amazing, just to constantly remind you of what you need to keep telling yourself to really change your mindset and ultimately increase your confidence, which therefore will increase your irresistibility. And you know, the last point with this first tip is, you know, you want a great high quality man that loves you, that you have an incredible relationship with, right? And you want a man that's confident in himself. You want a man that's kind to himself and is kind to others and has an abundance of love to give, you know, to you and to share with you, correct? Like, you want all that. Well, the thing is, that man, he wants the same thing in you as well. High quality, great, incredible relationship, confident, loves themselves, is kind. See where I'm going with this? You know, that type of quality man, he wants a woman who loves herself first, who has love to give, i.e. isn't judgmental and thinks all men, including himself, suck, right? And that can feel happy and fulfilled on her own. That's the key. Because, hey, do you really think that you can just like bash all men, mentally beat up on yourself, set the lowest expectations ever for your potential relationship, saying, I always get cheated on, or whatever you say, then expect magically Prince Charming's gonna first show up, then actually change all those negative things that you have ingrained into your mind about him, about love, about relationships, then miraculously change how you feel about the male race, your body, what you're thinking about yourself, and then poof, now you have a happily ever after loving relationship. No, it doesn't happen that way. So write out those new affirmations, repeat them frequently, because the quickest way to start drawing in what you want in love is to start truly believing and acting like it's not only possible for you, but to also believe that your ideal love life is already on its way to you. Okay? All right, tip number 2. These other 2 are kind of quicker, so bear with me. Tip number 2 is a little bit more practical, maybe it's a little bit more scary, but I want you to tell someone, whether it's a friend or a guy you're seeing or social media, I don't really care, someone, about something that you are really into or that you're interested in that may not be everyone's cup of tea. So for instance, maybe you love Harry Potter. Or are a Star Wars fanatic, or love to belly dance on weekends, or something else weird that not everyone's gonna get. Sure, telling that to someone, especially if it's someone that you might be interested in, may be a little embarrassing. Some people straight up won't like it too, or agree with it, but the key here is to state what you like and then just own it. Just own it. Of course, this is freaking scary. Am I right? Because hey, you know, like, what if they judge you? What if they think you're dumb? What if they think less of you? Trust me, I get it. We all have those fears. But this is what being confident is all about. We all have things about ourselves we don't like, or that we're embarrassed of. We all have different likes and interests. You know, that's what makes us human. And of course, not everyone's gonna like the same things or be attracted to the same people. If we all liked and did the same thing, then we may as well just be like robots. Boring. But what differentiates a confident person from a non-confident person is their willingness to put themselves out there, their real selves that not everyone sees on the outside, out there, fully knowing that, yes, some people will judge them, some people will disagree with them, or some people, some guys, might not even want to pursue you anymore, but still put yourself out there anyways. That's the definition of being confident, at least one of them. And yeah, putting your vulnerable self out there definitely puts you at risk for ridicule or for judgment from others. But it also inspires and attracts the right kind of people that you're meant to connect with, that you're meant to interact with. You know, you can't be an irresistible, confident woman if you're constantly worrying about what others think or adapting your likes and your dislikes based off the people you meet. You need to be your own unabashed self that has her own likes, her own values, and stands by them, even though it means some people won't like you. Sorry. You know, like, trust me, my love of The Bachelor surely is not the reason my husband fell in love with me, right? However, my unwavering excitement about my personal interests is one of the reasons he was so attracted to me and still is so attracted to me, even if those interests may be trashy reality TV shows. I hope that makes sense. So, share an article, you know, with your thoughts on The Bachelor on Facebook, or invite a guy that you like to go see Star Wars with you, or declare your love of all things Harry Potter to your friends. Doesn't matter. The key is to put yourself out there, to put your true self out into the world, regardless of what anyone else thinks about it. And that is irresistible. So my last tip and my last task for you is to schedule something awesome that you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's exciting, maybe it's scary, but to do it for yourself, not for anyone else, not because other people are doing it, it's cool, whatever, because you want to do it for you. You know, maybe there's a painting or a pottery class you've always wanted to take, or maybe you've been longing to hike to the top of a beautiful mountain, or there's something else that you just feel called to pursue and have been putting it off. Whatever's been lingering in your heart, now is the time to just do it. And by now, I actually mean right now. Either sign up for that class or schedule a block of time for it in your calendar, like this weekend, right? And make sure that you don't let fear or laziness dissuade you from actually doing said awesome thing when the time comes. Pursuing an interest or new activity purely for your benefit is not only going to fuel your independence and increase your self-worth, you'll also feel totally amazing once you do it. And if you feel amazing, you feel confident, you feel irresistible, you can see the pattern here. You know, you're doing this for you because you're interested in it and you don't need anyone, let alone a man, telling you what you can or can't do or what you should or shouldn't be interested in. And the real kicker is that doing something for yourself, showing your independence, demonstrating that I don't care, I'll do what I want attitude, and ultimately making yourself happy and fulfilled first is so attractive to men, okay? Seriously, this is like the gold standard of irresistibility, not gonna lie. So go on and schedule it, go. So now that you know the key to being irresistible is confidence, and you have some action items that will directly and immediately increase your confidence, get at it. Remember, if you're not happy with the current status of your love life, doing more of the same thing, i.e. what you're currently doing and your current status, means you'll keep getting more of your current results. Yes, putting yourself out there can be scary, but if you want to find real, lasting love with a great, high-quality guy, you need to start becoming a great, irresistible, confident, high-quality woman. And that means probably making some changes and starting to make some of these simple steps and simple to-dos that I mentioned to start becoming that woman. And I will leave you with this. I am so excited for you to begin this journey, and I can't wait to see your confidence rise. Again, I'm Jamie DeMarco, and I want to let you know that you are beautiful and you are loved, and your ideal relationship is on its way to you right now. I believe it for you. It's time for you to believe it for yourself. Okay? And if you want more tips on becoming irresistible fast, check out my ebook. It's awesome. It's called 5 Ways to Be Irresistible by This Weekend. And in my book, I describe 4 more ways in detail that you can implement to become an irresistible man magnet, like immediately. And in addition to practical, useful tips like I've been giving you, that are going to completely increase your self-worth, your confidence, and your irresistibility factor. There's also specific how-to guides in each of these 5 tips that will give you a step-by-step plan to increase your irresistibility and therefore appeal to the right kind of men. Bam. Also, for a limited time, I'm offering my incredibly powerful and useful guidebook for a huge discount, but it's limited and it's exclusively for new friends like you. So click on the link below, use the code LOVE, L-O-V-E, to get your 5 Ways to Be Irresistible by This Weekend guidebook now. So thanks for listening, and here's to taking your first steps towards your happily ever after. Bye.